Hello, this is Janet Michael. In addition to hosting the Valley Today each weekday at noon on the River 95.3, I also produce podcasts, and I'm excited to introduce you to a new podcast series in partnership with Lord Fairfax Community College. Having provided higher education and career training for the past half-century, LFCC is tightly interwoven into the fabric of the Northern Shenandoah Valley and Piedmont regions. Join me every week for conversations with current and former students to hear their funny and inspiring stories as we learn about their journey to higher education, the role that LFCC has played, where they are now, and where they plan to go. We'll also talk to current and former professors about their experiences and best memories of LFCC over the past 50 years. Get every single episode as they're released on our website at theriver953.com under the podcast tab, or you can subscribe for free in Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, on Spotify, Amazon Music, wherever you listen to podcasts. Just search for LFCC Stories. Hello and welcome to the Valley Today. I am your host, Janet Michael. Happy Monday as you are listening to the show today. We, however, have pre-recorded our conversation on the Zoom screen, and I've got my Joey G is back on the Zoom. I'm sad that he's one of my favorite in-person conversations to have, but these days I will take it however I can get it. So Joey G, thanks for meeting up with me on the Zoom screen today.
Yeah, of course, Jana. Always love talking to you. I'm also sad we can't be there in person, but I'll take anything I can get with you at this point.
So Joey G is the director of eSports at Shenandoah University. And I know you guys have a great big event that's coming up this weekend. Before we get into the weeds on that, talk to me about the eSports program, because there may be people that didn't hear you when you were on the show last time and don't understand what a big deal eSports is these days.
Yeah, and certainly, like you said, Janet, these days it kind of means a little more these days, considering with COVID going on and the ability for us to keep operating like we can. So for those that don't know, esports is competitive gaming, right? And so, video games obviously very popular these days, and people have been competing in video games for decades at this point. But this idea of esports is people getting more organized and competing with other people in these video games. A lot of it being done online, and it's over a lot of different games. It's not just one or two games. I mean, there's probably, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 different game titles these days that you compete in esports. Well, here at Shenandoah, we have an esports program that, yes, has competitive varsity teams. We do operate at a varsity level, which is a kind of traditional athletics term that people are used to hearing. And we have our gaming teams compete at a high level with coaches. We have jerseys. We compete against other universities and colleges from around the country in 7 different games, all from our esports arena right here on campus in Winchester, Virginia. It's a new arena. And Janet, we were talking about this a little earlier, that we haven't officially even had the grand opening because it was supposed to be about a year ago, before right after COVID hit. So even though we haven't had an official grand opening, we practice in it, we compete from it. We actually hold our classes in here sometimes, because the esports program at SU is really unique in that it not only has a competitive team, it has an academic component to it. Where we teach our students about the esports industry, marketing concepts, event management concepts, any kinds of revenue generation, all those kind of things, promotions. We teach our students about it because it's a multi-billion-dollar industry these days. Not gaming, but esports. I mean, gaming is massive if you talk about gaming in general. But when you put esports in there, the competitive side of gaming, it's now a multi-billion-dollar industry that has a lot of job opportunities. And so we're teaching our students about that. And so they get an education around it, getting experiences working in it. And so we combine the competitive with the academic, house it here in our esports arena right on campus, which is a really great space. If nobody's been here, you are welcome to come check it out sometime. We're going to start hosting more and more events going into next semester in the fall, when things, knock on wood, get back to some kind of normal. And so we're able to bring people in and host our events. And like I said, a number of different games, let them watch, let them compete. And so unique experience. And Shenandoah is going big into esports because we see the academic opportunity that it offers to a lot of students, current and future students. And so we take it very seriously. It is so much more than just video games and just playing video games. And so it's fun to be around. It's an exciting atmosphere to be in. The students are passionate. The other faculty and staff that work in it are passionate. And so a lot of fun, and certainly something you don't see at pretty much any other college campus in the country.
I remember when we had our first conversation about esports, the things that you were telling me that are included in this program, I was just blown away. I mean, things like nutrition
Hmm.
and health, taking care of yourself, because there are all these ancillary things that one might not think of when you think about gaming, especially
Right.
gaming professionally. And all of that is kind of enveloped into this program.
Yeah, it is, Janet. We do take health seriously, both mental and physical health, and everything else in between. And so we want to encourage our students to be holistically healthy when they're here at Shenandoah and part of this program. The athletic training part, we've got our athletic training program here at Shenandoah has now gotten involved in our esports team, where they're taking baseline readings about heart rate and fitness levels, developing nutrition plans for our esports athletes to help them, live a healthier lifestyle, to understand what the long term benefits or detriments can be of gaming if done in the wrong way, but the benefits if done in the right way. And so certainly, again, it is so much more than gaming. And the tagline that we use is beyond gaming, because that's how we see gaming and esports here. Is that yes, our students are playing video games. There's no doubt about it, but there's a right way and a wrong way that you can play games and be involved in programs like this. And so we do take it to heart that we are talking to them about, psychologically making sure to prevent any kind of gaming addiction. We want to make sure that they're eating the right way, that they're getting physically fit, that they're engaging in social kind of conversations, and engaging with each other in ways that goes beyond playing online and talking through a headset, which, we're talking through a headset right now. But we want to make sure that they're developing these soft skills that are also important for not just academically, but just good life skills to have, is being able to communicate with somebody, being able to work together in a group setting, or with a team, and good sportsmanship. Those kind of things are important to teach students, whether it's through the avenue of gaming or baseball or football or volleyball. It doesn't matter, but we really do want to teach our students academic skills, competitive skills, but also life skills to benefit them far beyond college.
Well, and let's take a second and talk about the games themselves, because you're not talking about my generation's Pac Man and Donkey Kong. I mean, these games require strategy, they require thinking ahead, they require a lot of critical thinking as well, which is great to take out into the real world, no matter what kind of a job you're looking for.
Yeah, I mean these are advanced games, and very very advanced teams. Teamwork is critical, no matter what game it is. I mean, just like baseball and basketball, volleyball, lacrosse doesn't matter. Similar here in esports. So these are mostly current games over the past 5 or 6 years that have come out. But some games we compete in have been around for about a decade. A game called League of Legends, one of the most popular in the world, is a game of 5 on 5. And so five of our students compete against five other students at another university. They go through practices throughout the week with their coaches. They do video review of both their gameplay and their opponent's gameplay, so they can start strategizing what they're going to do. It's intense. It is definitely intense. But we have anything from games that are teams of three, like Rocket League, one of our better games that we compete in here, to up to games that are 6 on 6, a game like Overwatch that we compete in. And the games that we play in are, pretty universally popular across colleges in the country and around the world to compete in. But we've picked up some new ones too, Janet, that are not as team based, which is exciting because it's a different dynamic. We now compete in Madden, so Madden football games, which are very popular, and it's something that people kind of understand and relate to more than a game like League of Legends, which is very confusing if you've never played it. But Madden is football, right? And so if you know what a football game looks like, which a lot of people do, obviously, you can watch a game of Madden and know what's happening. And so we have a Madden team now, which is really exciting. One of our players is extremely talented, one of the top players collegiately in the country. So we're excited to follow kind of his progression and watch him compete. So yeah, what we try to do, Janet, is we want to meet our student interests where they are. If students have an interest in competing in a certain game, we look at what it will take to get them to support the coaching, the time in the arena here to practice, the opponents to play against, jerseys, things of that nature, to support what they want to do. But yeah, these games are advanced. There's a lot of strategy that goes into this. There's a lot of communication that has to take place in order to have any kind of success. And so it's not a game you just pick up, start playing, and compete on, an hour or two from now. It's a game that these students have been playing for sometimes thousands and thousands of hours they have in these games. Just like somebody would play baseball for thousands of hours to compete at the collegiate level, the same thing is true in video games, because you need that experience and that what we call game sense to compete at a high level like this.
Now, is the event that you're hosting this weekend, Spinandoah Showcase, is that geared towards some of these high school kids, and I would guess to a certain degree their parents, to get them kind of acclimated to what the program is like? What is Spinandoah Showcase?
Yeah, it's kind of a tongue twister, isn't it? Spin and Doa is an event that we are co-hosting with a company called Stay Plugged In. So Stay Plugged In, or Spin is what they call themselves. So Spin and Shenandoah becomes Spinandoah. Yeah, kind of a strange name, but it works. And the event is for high school students to come and compete in 4 different games: Valorant, Overwatch, Rocket League, and Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Those are the 4 games that we're supporting this weekend for high school students from around the area, the Mid Atlantic, to come here to campus, to Shenandoah's campus, to compete in an event that is in front of high school coaches and college coaches and recruiters, so that just like a combine might be for a high school event, a high school showcase event for traditional sports, we want to do the same thing for esports. Because the one thing that we need to get is we need to educate high school students for the opportunities that are available in college, but also educate parents. You mentioned that we're talking to parents. We have some panels that will be going on for parents, talking about what is esports, what does an esports competition look like, all those kind of things. So we're going to have competition, we're going to have educational sessions, campus tours, meet and greets, all kinds of things this weekend.
Well, let's take a quick break. When we come back, can you walk me through what the day might look like for a parent versus a student who's interested in the program, and kind of give me the details for how people can register and be there that day?
Yep, absolutely. Love to do it.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to continue our conversation with Joey G. He is the director of esports at Shenandoah University. When we come back, we're going to get more of the details for Spinandoah Showcase. It is happening this weekend at Shenandoah University, and we'll find out more about that in just a couple of minutes.
Got a financial decision to make or a goal to reach, but you don't know where to start? You've come to the right place. Introducing Quick Money Chats with the Northern Shenandoah Valley Financial Education Program. Visit tinyurl.com/quickmoneychat to schedule a virtual chat with a staff member or trained volunteer. We won't tell you what to do, but we will give you the tools you need to choose wisely. And because Virginia Cooperative Extension is part of Virginia Tech and Virginia State, your land-grant universities, you can be sure that our information is credible and trustworthy. And you'll know that we aren't trying to sell you something. Maybe you want to improve your credit score, or reduce your banking overdraft fees, or even figure out if you can afford to buy that car. Sorting through tons of information on the internet can be overwhelming, and sometimes it can be hard to know who to trust. Schedule a Quick Money Chat and get the information you need to take action. Go to tinyurl.com/quickmoneychat and get financial education personalized for you.
Welcome back to the Valley today. I am your host, Janet Michael. Happy Monday as you are listening to the show today. We, however, have pre-recorded our conversation on the Zoom screen. We are chatting today with Joey G. He is the director of esports at Shenandoah University. And Joey, I tell you, I feel bad every time I introduce you as Joey G because it's because I'm terrified I'm going to mess up your last name if I try to say it. So be the formal person for me and tell me, what is your actual name?
Right. Well, I'm terrified I'm going to mess it up when I try to say it. So you shouldn't feel bad, Janet. It's Gariziak.
See, I never would have got that.
Yeah, it took me years to get that one down. So don't feel bad at all.
Are you still angry with your parents?
Yeah, I do. I'm angry with the parents, but I'm surprised my wife took it when she married me. I was like, you didn't want to keep Durham? That's such an easier name than Gariziak.
Wow, so, she's a good woman. Hold on to her.
Right? For dear life.
So we've been talking about the esports program at Shenandoah University. You've got this event coming up this weekend, Spinandoah Showcase. If I am a parent and I am listening today and I'm thinking, seriously, video games? Talk to me about what I can learn by coming and participating this weekend.
Yeah, and Janet, something we go over with parents all the time when we talk to them is what does esports look like at the collegiate level? Not only what does it look like, but what can it look like? What are the academic and educational opportunities that it can present to students that haven't otherwise been there? Because esports and gaming is something that attracts students at a level that we haven't seen other activities do. And parents oftentimes get confused. I know there's stigmas and stereotypes and, whatever you want to call them about gamers and what they're doing. And it's the most unhealthy thing. It's the worst thing they can ever do. But there is a good way to use gaming in a very positive way. And so what we want for parents is we just want them to understand what esports and gaming can present to their son or daughter at the collegiate level, because it's so much more than playing video games. I know I've said this over and over, but I can't harp on that enough, that there is so much opportunity that presents itself through the lens of gaming, which again is something that all kids are doing. I mean, there's nothing like it. 99% of boys, 94% of girls in America before age 12 play a video game. There's no activity that comes close to that. And so it's important that we show parents what opportunities it can present on both the academic side, the social side, the competitive side. It gives them a chance to belong to something at a university bigger than themselves, where they maybe have never otherwise had that chance. Maybe they're not the person that wanted to play football or volleyball or soccer in school. Maybe they weren't connecting with people because they liked playing games, and some of these other people didn't like playing games. It can become an isolating experience, but it can also be a very social experience, again, when used the right way. And that's what colleges are starting to present to parents, is how it can help their son or daughter, their child that's going to school now as a young adult, that's now entering college, what it can do for them to help develop the soft skills, the social skills, psychologically, mentally, physically, even these days in a lot of programs. And so it offers a lot of benefits. And we just want to let parents know what exactly these programs look like, that it's not sitting in front of a computer for 12 hours a day, that there is GPA requirements. There are class attendance requirements for being part of these programs. They have to go to meetings. They have to engage with each other in a way that develops their skills. They go through professional development here at Shenandoah when they're part of our program to get them ready for success after graduation, whatever that word success means to them. And that's what I tell them. Every student looks different. Every parent looks different. We're going to help prepare students the best we can to be successful when they graduate. And we want to make sure parents know what that path looks like, and that we will work with their child to prepare themselves for life after college, whatever it is, whether it's in esports, whether it's outside of esports, whatever that might be. We want to prepare them. And that's what esports programs can now do for these kids. And so we want to expose parents to the opportunities that esports and gaming presents at colleges, because there's just misconceptions right now. There's this level of not understanding, that we just want to lower that level. We want to close that gap and make sure parents are aware of what it can offer, because we fully know the perceptions that are out there. I get it all the time. I totally understand. I just want to show them what is possible, tell them what is possible, present to them what esports can afford to their student if they came to Shenandoah or any of these other great schools that are going to be here this weekend.
Well, and it's interesting because I hadn't thought about it until you just said it doesn't matter sons or daughters, because I remember growing up, my dad coached my brother's little league team and I couldn't play on that team because
Hmm.
girls weren't allowed. This is a perfect venue where it doesn't matter your gender. Everybody is truly playing on a level playing field. So there are
Hmm.
none of those barriers to moving forward and competing and succeeding.
Correct. Yeah, there are no physical barriers to esports and gaming, and we have, I think, I'm trying to think off the top of my head, almost all of our games are co-ed on our starting varsity teams, and so we actually have a number of female participating in our competitive teams, which the whole esports industry needs more diversity across esports, professional, college, high school. The physical limitations are not there. It's a lot of the kind of the mentality right now is the limitation. This idea of what is considered toxicity and toxic behavior towards females, towards the underrepresented populations of gaming and esports. If they're not white or Asian male, they're considered a minority in esports and gaming. And so there is some toxic behavior that still occurs, unfortunately. I think that's getting better. It's still not good, but it's getting better. It's just going to take a long time to get there. But we have about a quarter of all of our varsity participants are female here at Shenandoah, which is actually a much higher percentage than the average, which is about 9 or 10% across the country. And we understand that opportunity that presents to all students that come here.
So, what would you say to a student who is hearing this, or their parents come to them tonight at dinner and say, I heard this interesting radio show today. Would you like to participate? What are you saying to the students that could come this weekend?
For students, for high school students, this is their chance. This is their chance to showcase their skills in front of a number of college directors and recruiters about possible scholarships for competing in college, about possible academic opportunities, about possible competitive opportunities that present themselves in colleges from around the East Coast. We have about 10 to 12 different universities that are going to be sending their coaches or directors here to campus to talk to, engage with students, watch their gameplay, talk to their parents, but it's more than just gameplay, just get to know the students a little bit. So it's an opportunity for students to come in here, show their skills, talk with different coaches and directors about what opportunities are present, but also to learn about the industry a little bit, about an industry that they probably don't know a lot about at the high school level, that they didn't realize, oh my gosh, I can play Rocket League at the college level. I had no clue I could do that. I didn't know all these schools had these opportunities for me to compete at the collegiate level. I want to talk to this school and that school, talk about their program. Do they have an arena? Do they have, what kind of academics do they have? Do they have scholarship opportunities? What kind of level of play are they looking for? Am I good enough to play there? Or, hey, I'm above that level. Maybe I can help elevate that program by going there. And so high school students will get the chance to talk to these directors and recruiters. They'll get a chance to learn all about the different opportunities in their game, but also outside of their game, but through that same lens of esports, and just be able to connect with each other, start growing their network of connections, which, as we all know, your network is huge by the time you graduate, by the time you're in college, looking for a job, connecting with people. You've got to develop connections with other people, develop your network, and it's an opportunity to get to meet people, yes, in person. And we are taking every COVID precaution we possibly can, going by CDC recommendations, our university recommendations, as well as the governor's recommendations and his mandates for the state of Virginia, that we are taking every precaution necessary to keep everybody as safe as possible. And so we want people to start engaging with each other in a very safe and healthy way, but to start developing those same opportunities that we saw last year before COVID hit. We want to start engaging in that same kind of manner. And so students have that chance for one of the first times in a year to come compete in person in a venue that's probably got some of the best equipment they've ever competed on, with some other like-minded people that are around their same level of talent in their games, in front of college coaches and directors that are offering them opportunity at the collegiate level to keep competing and being involved in esports that maybe they didn't realize was possible.
Now, these college coaches are coming to your arena. Are you concerned that they're going to be so jealous about all of the cool stuff that you have that they're going to go back and try and up their game at their particular school?
Yeah, pun intended right there. Yeah, up their game. Yeah, exactly. No, it's, we're going to humble brag a little bit. We're going to flex a little bit on them and show them what we got. But a lot of these coaches and directors I know pretty well over the years of working with them on some other projects. They're excited to come to Shenandoah, that's for sure, because we do have a premier program in the country. When you see the space that we have, not a lot of schools have an actual arena that is more than a computer lab, right? And computer labs are fine for practices, competition. We wanted much more than that here. We wanted spectators in the arena. We have a professional level broadcast production booth. And so I'm going to be giving tours to coaches and directors so they can get ideas for what they can do at their school as well. I'm not trying to hide what we're doing. It's not a secret I'm keeping from anybody. There might be some little things I'm keeping from them, but for the most part, a rising tide raises all ships, right? And so we want to do what's best for all students at the collegiate level. Get these high schoolers out there, get them exposed to the opportunities that present themselves, and find a great college opportunity for them academically and competitively, whether it's at Shenandoah or some other school. So yeah, we are going to flex a little bit, that's for sure, and show off our space, show off our students are going to be working the event. We have about 20 different students that'll be helping to run the actual event that's going on this weekend. So it's really good experience for our students to understand how these events work, because we've been planning this for months now. It's not like we started planning it this week and now we're going to run it. It's been going on for months, and these students have been involved in the whole process from day one to understand how to do this, because when they graduate, this can go on their resume that they helped run this Spinandoah event at Shenandoah University in March of 2021. Here's what it was: high school students competing in front of college directors, parents. We're going to have academic panels that are going on to educate parents and students about what esports is, the state of the industry. So yeah, I'm excited to get these coaches and directors here because I haven't seen them in person in so long, and we can show off our space and we can all just kind of share secrets. What works for you, what doesn't work for you, how can we work with you? Hey, let's have a scrimmage against your team, set up friendly rivalries, which is, traditional sports are so great because of rivalries. We want to have rivalries with other colleges around here. So developing these relationships is always a big plus. I'm excited to get those coaches and directors here too.
So is there a fee to attend this weekend? How do people register? Give me the details of the event itself.
Yeah, there's a small fee for high school students. I think it's $25 per student to register. So Janet, we're not making money off of this. We're not trying to make money. We're trying to cover the cost of providing them lunch. Is really for 2 days is what we're trying to do. So there's your $25. So there is a small fee for students to register for this. They can sign up online at spinandoah.espin.gg. That's spinandoah.espin.gg. There's the registration. Again, if you just Google "Stay Plugged In," that's the company. It'll take you to their website. You can navigate from there. Pretty simple to find the registration. So yeah, we're looking to get them here again. Rocket League, Valorant, Super Smash Brothers, and Overwatch are the games we're competing in this time. We're hoping to do more of these going forward, where we can have games like League of Legends, like Madden, like FIFA, like some of these other games that are out there. We want to do more, but we can only do so much at one time. So this is the first of many, I promise. We're going to do more of these going forward. We got to get started somewhere, and we thought this is a great chance to show off the space, get students here, connect them to college coaches and directors, talk to parents about the opportunity, and just really have a good time. It's going to be a fun atmosphere. It's not going to be overly competitive, a little competitive, not overly competitive, but still going to be a healthy place to be. And just I'm really looking forward to it. So yeah, make sure to check us out. That registration, spinandoah.espin.gg.
And I said it's this weekend. Do you have certain hours, Saturday and Sunday?
Right. So Saturday and Sunday, both starting at 8 o'clock in the morning each day for registration. And then it will end at about 6 o'clock on Saturday, about 4 o'clock on Sunday, so that people can get back to where they need to get to. The days are split up into games. Rocket League competition is Saturday morning, Valorant competition Saturday afternoon. Sunday will be simultaneously Overwatch and Smash Brothers happening at the same time. So even if you can't make it here, check out the Twitch Twitch channels. If you're a gamer, you know exactly what that is. If not, Google Twitch. It's basically where you watch a lot of esports and competitive gaming. You can look for the Shenandoah eSports channel or the Stay Plugged In channel. You'll be able to see competition and panels on each of those channels. Twitch is free. Download it, check it out. Again, Stay Plugged In or the Shenandoah eSports channels to check out the action.
The only Twitch I know is the guy that's on with Ellen.
Yeah.
Now I'm so embarrassed.
He's there too, but this is a totally different one.
Well, Joey, thank you for giving me all the details. I will put links to what we've talked about today on the show notes page. So if somebody's listening and are sure that they're gonna remember it, all of that'll be on the show notes page. But I hope it's a huge event and you get a ton of a new crop of really great competitors for the next semester.
Me too, believe me. Yeah, me too. We've got some high expectations because we've got some teams that finished very highly ranked this year. Top 4 in the country in a couple of games. We made the playoffs in every single game we've competed in. Currently, we have a top Madden team. I mentioned him earlier, but also a game called Counter-Strike. We're a top 3 team in the country. So we've got high bars set. So we're looking forward to the competition.
I will be back tomorrow. It is Tourism Tuesday, and we are going to be talking to the Museum of the Shenandoah Valley. We're going to hear about their Norman Rockwell exhibit, and I believe Julia is going to give us an update on the trails. So meet me back here a few minutes after noon tomorrow. Joey, thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, Janet, anytime. Love doing this. Thank you very much.